What up, nerds? It's your girl, Yasha, also known as Tato the Penguin, and there it is. Today was an interesting day, I guess. So my energy is a bit low this evening, and though I am low energy, I'm incredibly happy that you're here with me for another yap session where I review my day, how my day went. I review my thoughts, my ideas, things of that nature. Actually, I forgot to get my second necklace, so this is going to be, I believe, the only necklace I'll be wearing this evening, because I forgot the second one. Unless we hit one of these where we do that. And then we can have a choker. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Efficiency. Yeah, I am relatively low energy and I've got a few little pains. I actually burnt my finger on a pot earlier today, and then my throat has been giving me some challenges, and then I burnt my tongue the other night as I was eating ramen at this place. So I wouldn't say going through it, but I'm having a time. But back to our intro. I'm so glad that you're here with me. Welcome. It's good to see you again. I missed you as usual, and I hope that your day was good. I hope that you feel rested. I hope that whatever time that you're watching this at tomorrow, which will be February 5th, I believe. Ooh, that reminds me, a good friend of mine, his birthday's tomorrow, so I have to make sure I message him. But tomorrow is February 5th, and it's a very exciting time. And my hope is that today, or whenever you're watching this, that you do not feel overwhelmed. If you do feel overwhelmed, I hope if you decide to stay throughout this video that you feel better, that you feel less overwhelmed. You could just hang out with me during this time. It's just the two of us, nobody else. So because of the burnt tongue, semi-sore throat situation, drinking this water is not going to be pleasurable, but it is necessary. So if you have water, please get some. Let's drink it together before we get into this yap session. It's even harder to drink water when my throat is hurting. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay, and I hope the day so far has treated you well, or I hope the evening, whenever you're watching this, is treating you well. Today was an interesting day. I say that every day. I feel like I say every day that it's an interesting day, and really it's only like a couple of different things that make the day interesting. Today I popped up and I was y'all know me. If you've been watching my videos, you already know what I'm gonna say. 4 minutes and 14 seconds as I'm about to break into this, but I woke up very ready to do something, to get to work, and I actually did. I hopped up out of bed. After I sat there for a while, I didn't meditate the way that I should have. Guilty as charged. I know. I didn't meditate like I should. I got out of bed fairly quickly, and I immediately, because I went to cleaning the bathroom, I went to vacuuming, sweeping, washing clothes. So I washed this, very happy. And seasoning, protein and stuff for, tummy, for dinner this evening. And so by the time I like sat at my computer, 5 minutes and 5 seconds as I'm saying that, so maybe somebody's watching this on their computer, or you're gonna be on your computer soon, I don't know, doing something really good and life-changing maybe. I was on my computer and I loaded up Roblox because I was gonna play Roblox Doors, but then after I loaded it up I just wasn't moved to play, so I didn't play that. I didn't play any video games today. I was going to. I was really excited about it, but I just wasn't moved. And then I watched a Jadina video where she very accurately, as she always does, read me for filth, and essentially was saying, she literally said in the video, I know some of you are like, you like lists, you like to-do lists, and I have a feeling that some of you get really down on yourself when you're not able to do those lists, or you're not able to work on those lists. 5 minutes and 55 seconds as I'm talking about this, and I was like, oh, she got me. And her video essentially was saying that now it's a time to be okay with resting and receiving. And this is a familiar topic. I feel like I sound like a broken record whenever this topic comes up, but I also feel like there have been struggles within my own mental psyche in order to get this, in order to really internalize this rest. So I didn't do anything that I was gonna do, and I ended up just taking in some funny content, watching some Pezzy videos, which always makes me laugh, always makes me feel good, and thoroughly enjoyed laughing today. And then I felt really good for like maybe a couple of hours today, and then after I stopped watching those videos, my mood was kind of like, oh well, that's enough of that, I guess. I don't have anything else to do. You know, my dad came home, we did an energy healing session, which was good. It was very fulfilling in the moment and it felt great. But I don't know, like something's just been off today and I can't really describe what it is. And this is something that historically it happens to me. I mean, if you guys have been watching my videos every night, this happens to me sometimes where I just have days where I struggle to feel good. 7 minutes and 23 seconds as I say that, so maybe somebody is going through it or has gone through it or might be about to go through it. And during those times I usually beat myself up about not being able to feel good, and I'm like, why don't we feel good? We could just feel good, like we could just make a decision to feel good. But thinking that way inevitably always makes me feel worse. So I just kind of sat in it today. Just kind of there. I mean, the unfortunate thing, I did not communicate as well as I should have. I should have messaged the two people who were here in the apartment with me because my mom's out of town. I should have messaged my sister and my dad and been like, hey, so if I am just moving differently today, it's because I'm in a place. I'm not sure what this place is, but I'm in a place. It's not you. It is quite literally me. Because my sister came in and she was super happy today to kind of talk about stuff that was going on with her, and I just could not meet her with and I wanted to meet her with the same energy. I just couldn't. And these opportunities keep coming up for me to communicate better, and I do have to admit I'm a little frustrated with the fact that these opportunities will come, and because I'm not feeling good, I'm not on top of my own awareness to be like, hey, communicate that you don't feel okay, because if you do that, then everybody knows that nothing that they're doing is a problem. It's not their fault. You just don't feel good. It's nobody's fault. You just don't feel good. 8 minutes and 48 seconds as I say that. And so this is one of the things I really, when I ask to feel better about things, or not feel better, when I ask to be better about things, I believe that my higher self always gives me opportunities to work on it, and today was an opportunity where I could have worked on it, and so I'm a little frustrated with myself about that. My usual go-to stuff that I go to make me feel better just wasn't hitting today, and it didn't help that, you know, my throat, my tongue, and now my finger are all burning. It's weird that is what I'm dealing with right now. So it was just one of those days, I guess, where I was just kind of not at 100%. And ordinarily I would sit down and try to figure out why, but today I just didn't have it. I just didn't have it. And I feel like this is something that happens to me I don't want to say frequently, but I guess it does happen like a couple of times a month where I just go through these periods where I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm here. It was really great though, because my best friend, whom I love, I know you're probably gonna watch this at some point, she answered a desire that I had voiced in videos a while ago. And so for my birthday month, my bestie sent me not one, but 2 wigs. And I'm so excited. I actually was gonna do an unboxing here tonight, but when I checked, my gut, spirit said no, don't do that. And I was like, why? And spirit was like, because those wigs don't need to be seen here. These videos that you do here, this is the wig that we wear for these videos. And I was like, okay, cool. No, that makes sense, because this is kind of I see this getup as my uniform for the Soulful Chaos series that I do on here, where it's just every day, it's just me talking about the stuff that I'm struggling with, or the things that I'm excited about, or the things that I'm going into. 11 minutes and 11 seconds as I say that. So that is what this series is for. It has been the intro, and it has been maintaining kind of my, what do you call it? My, like it's discipline to do this every night, and it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel hard. It doesn't feel like I never come into here like, oh, I don't want to do a video. Like, I always want to do a video for you guys. I always want to share what's going on with me. And even on days, it's weird because when I have days that are not the best days and I'm not feeling 100% positive, those days I am leaning towards not doing a video. But that's usually when I know I need to do them. Like, I need to do these videos even when I'm not feeling good. I think my sister's moving around in there. But she remembered, my bestie remembered that I said that I wanted some wigs. So she sent those to me, and it was really like serendipitous, if you will, because I had felt that I'm being moved to start, you know, doing the video game streaming sooner rather than later. And I don't know what that looks like, because in my mind, I had a 12 minutes and 34 seconds as I say that, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am on the right path with this. I had a preconceived idea of what I was going to do when it came to gaming. Like, for those of you who are new here, I haven't checked to see how many subscribers I have, so after I get done with this video, I'm probably gonna go look. But because I know I said that once I get to 1,000 subscribers, if that is to happen, I'm going to do a live video, maybe where I grab some soju, some choice soju, maybe some choice candy or something, and I will come and do a live. And I guess I have to figure out what time to do that, when you guys will be like mostly available. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I had like a predetermined idea, 13 minutes and 33 seconds as I'm saying this. I had a predetermined idea of what my setup was going to look like when I started streaming video games. I had a predetermined idea of the tech that I was going to have and how I was going to be able to do it. So I'm just a little nervous about how I'm doing this. So for one, I thought that I was gonna start it once my sister and I moved into a new place, because right now it's incredibly close quarters. So my sister and I are sharing a room, and we have organized it in a way where it doesn't feel super cramped, but I cannot be on my computer super late at night because my keyboard is super clicky, and my sister has stuff to do. Like, she has class, you know, she needs to rest, she needs to sleep. So I don't know schedule wise how this is going to work, when I will be streaming, when I will be moved to stream. So I thought we were going to be in a situation where we were going to have 2 separate spaces. So wherever she sleeps and spends her time, I would not be invading that space. So I was like, okay, interesting. So that's the first thing. The second thing was, I thought I was going to, by the time I started streaming video games, I thought that I was going to have 2 monitors instead of the really big one that I have. Because with the curved monitor, I don't know if it will affect streaming, but I know that whenever I've tried to play video games, it'll stretch the video game, so I always have to go in and fix like the resolution and stuff like that. So that's the second thing. I thought that would be different. I think those are actually the two biggest things of what I thought. I also thought that I would have a different outfit. So the wig, one of the wigs that my best friend got me, when I looked at it, my team was like, yeah, no, that wig, that's the wig you're gonna wear when you do video game streaming. And I was like, yes, because it's super cute. It's like a unicorn rainbow wig that has flowers attached to it. It's so cute. It has bangs. I'm very excited. I'm gonna try it on tomorrow, see how I can style it, see how I can make it cute. But I was like, I don't have anything else other than this dress and my regular clothes to wear. And then I remembered I do have I have a corset in storage, and I have some other clothes in storage and some other stuff. So I think tomorrow, if I am so moved, I'm gonna start saying that, because every time I'm like, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, it doesn't always happen, guys. Jeez. But if I'm so moved, I'm gonna go to storage tomorrow and look. But I know where the corset is, so I'll be able to find that super easy. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try on the wig, I think, and then I'm going to try and see if I can find my desktop camera. I had ordered a little camera that sits on top of my screen for my desktop, and I'm thinking of like where it could be in storage, but I have no idea where it is because it's not on the packing sheet that I made before my family moved. As I packed everything into boxes, I numbered the boxes and I put everything that was in each box on an Excel sheet, and I can't find where that camera is, so I have no idea where it is. So I might be searching for a while tomorrow if I go again. But yeah, so I have to admit I am a little nervous, and if I'm being honest, it starting now isn't irritating 17 minutes and 17 seconds as I'm saying this, but it's a bit confusing because again, I had the assumption that things were going to be different before I started doing stuff. So I guess this is a lesson for both you and me to, well, I guess it's a lesson for you and me to trust the process and not to ask too many questions, and just to follow along with what's going down. I'm excited to see how I can like put this corset situation together. It's a corset that I got for when I went to my first Renaissance fair a couple years ago, and I wore it with a white sleeve shirt that I have that I no longer have, and I put it on top, and then I had like a white skirt on the bottom, and it was super cute. It was very Ren Fair, like very stylish type situation. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do have a choker. Actually, it's a collar that I'm actually thinking of wearing with it. It's kind of cute. It's red. I've never worn it anywhere. I've never had a reason to wear it, so I'm actually kind of excited that I might be able to wear that. But it's just really interesting how spirit continues, my higher self continues to surprise this corporeal form, because the me that is just super knowledgeable and knows everything and sees all the paths is like, oh, this is gonna be fun, and I'm like, but how? And it's like, but the how is our domain. That's not your domain. You're in the corporeal form. You're in the physical body. Your job is just to be where you're at. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have some more water because my mouth is literally on fire right now. Ooh, that does not feel great. I'm gonna try to do some energy healing before I go to sleep tonight to see if I can ease this situation. But yeah, man, it has been my tongue. It has been a whole situation, y'all. It's been a whole situation. At the time that you're watching this, it is probably the 5th day of Love Month of February, and it's so interesting. I ordinarily will see like love content online, and it'll have like my lucky numbers or mirror numbers or triple numbers in the likes, comments, or shares. And I've been seeing stuff, and I haven't been seeing my lucky numbers on that content. And I have a feeling that it's because I'm looking for it now. Whenever I'm looking for those numbers, I don't find them. I don't know if you've experienced this, but whenever I'm looking for the numbers that let me know that I'm on the right path, I don't see them. 20 minutes and 20 seconds as I say that. So today, when I was just like relaxing and watching the entertaining stuff that made me laugh, I did see it. But the minute I went looking for stuff to make me feel better, like specifically looking for content, I didn't see it. So that was really interesting. Man, it's so, I don't know if maybe any of you have experienced this. This is one of those moments where I feel like right now y'all are just kind of sitting with me as I'm kind of talking about my struggles of the day, and I appreciate you for being here. You don't have to be here, and I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Like, I really do. Like, I do feel like I have a small community of people who are here with me as I'm kind of moving through and doing stuff. Sometimes, if I'm not 21 minutes and 23 seconds as I'm about to say this, sometimes if I feel like the day was not successful, I want to throw the whole fucking day away. Like, I really want to get rid of it. So, like, once today, I started to feel good after I was watching, like, Pezzy's content, because it always makes me smile. It always makes me laugh. I've been watching a lot of his older stuff, like a lot of the, like, 3 years ago content. And I was feeling really great. And then after I stopped watching the content, I wasn't feeling too hot, like I said earlier. And my mental response was, well, today's just not a good day. And ordinarily, I can be okay with that. And I think today I was okay with it until I had to start engaging with like my dad and my sister. And then I realized, because they were in good moods, how much of a good mood I was not in. 22 minutes and 22 seconds as I say that. So I feel like somebody's either experiencing this or you have very recently experienced this. And my guy, this shit sucks. This shit does suck. It's tough. It's tough when like you're used to kind of being a bubbly person, or you're used to being a person who just kind of lets things roll off their back, and you're like, oh, it's fine, it's whatever. And then you just have a day where it feels like it takes you the fuck out. It's like, this is not what I signed up for. Like, I just want to feel good. I just want to be happy. I mean, I did feel good because, interestingly enough, in one of the videos that I watched today, 23 minutes as I'm talking about this, Pezzy was playing Poppy Playtime, the horror game that I've been talking about. And something happened where a character was talking about how their body was hurting, and Pezzy said, oh yeah, like, that's been me for the past 2 months. And from what I have kind of just seen, because some of the people who I follow, who he games with, I happen to see his stuff, because again, I try not to like follow everybody unless I know they're consistently entertaining. But he has been sick like for a while, and I feel like I have been super blessed to not be sick. But I also said in a video just recently that sometimes when we need to slow down, our body forces us into slow down mode because we're doing too much. And so I feel like that's what this is for me. It's forcing me to slow down, which right now I'm like, but I've been slowing down. So it's like low-key, medium-key irritating. But it's like there are other people that I know who have been sick for a while. Not just people I've watched, but I've had people like in my space, they've just had a hard go at it for the past couple of months. And I feel for you if you're one of these people. Like, you just can't seem to feel better. You just can't seem to get out of your own head and to just get out there and work and make shit happen. I feel you. I feel you deeply, my friend. Something that I do take joy in is knowing that this too shall pass. Every state of being that we're in, it'll pass. It's just a matter of relaxing and just allowing the energy to flow, essentially. After I get done with this video, what I'm going to do is once I get into the bed, I'm going to listen to a couple of like the energy healing songs I like to listen to, and I'm going to focus on, I'm going to do like a full body scan spiritually, and I'm going to see where I have blocked energy, because I think I have a little bit of blocked energy in maybe a couple of different places in my body, which is why it's resulting in a sore throat. I said it in another video, I do not believe illness just happens. I believe illness is the result of a body that is not at ease. When your body is at ease and you're feeling good and you're laughing, I feel like it's a lot harder for disease and illness to just creep up on you. But I feel like if you are, say, angry and you're carrying a lot of anger, if you're sad and you're holding on to sadness or grief, or you're nervous and anxious all the time, or you're not feeling good, you know, or there are things that you're not doing based off of the energy centers. So like anytime I have a sore throat, I have a feeling it's because I'm not communicating effectively, or I'm not speaking my truth in some way. And I do have a feeling maybe it's just this. It's when I don't feel good just communicating that. I think somebody in the apartment next to us is awake and moving around. So I think that might be it. I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, 26 minutes and 26 seconds. Never mind, that's it. So being honest when I don't feel good or when I don't want to do something, and just being real about the fact that it's not whether or not I'm moved. Sometimes I am moved or not moved, but other times it's really just that I don't feel like doing stuff. Or I want to do something and I don't care to wait to see if anybody else wants to do it. This is another one of those people-pleasy things that tends to happen to me, is that I will not say that I don't want to do something if I know somebody who I care about really wants to do a thing. So like, for example, if my sister wants to do anything, if she wants me to go to campus with her, or if she wants me to go, you know, shopping with her or something, I usually try to go because I want to spend time with her, because I know that this period of time will pass. You know, at some point we won't be living in the same state. You know, she'll be with her man, you know, she'll be doing her thing, and then I'll be somewhere doing my own thing. And so I really try to spend as much time with her as possible. But because of that, it means that sometimes I'm not honest with how I'm feeling, because I don't want to have like a conversation about it. Like if I don't feel good, I don't want to sit and talk about why I don't feel good for too long, because sometimes I just don't have the energy. I just don't. It's not that it's bad or that I don't want to talk about it. Most of the time I do want to talk about it. That's one of the blessings that I have, is that I don't mind being an open book. So when it comes to questions, I don't mind answering them. In fact, I enjoy it. I enjoy when people take an interest in me. But sometimes I'm just too tired to have a discussion. And when I say I'm too tired to have a discussion, usually my sister, my dad, most people will leave me be. And it's crazy how it's that simple. And then sometimes I just don't do it, because I have more history with the bad habit of pushing everything down than I do history of me communicating effectively and being honest when I don't feel good. So I have no idea who this video is for, but I feel you if you're here. I feel you so deeply, my love. My little turtle totem. Me. I'm trying to think of what else I did today. I mean, mostly it was this. It was contending with this. It was thinking about this. Yeah. TMI, today was like a day where I was like physically just fiending for physical affection, like in a romantic way. And it hit me really hard like this morning. And I didn't feel bad not having it. At least I don't think. But I definitely was like, oh man, like it would have been nice to wake up next to 29 minutes and 29 seconds as I say that. So maybe this is a part of why my day was kind of rough. Again, I appreciate you all being with me, because sometimes when I'm talking in these videos, I am actively processing. So I use you all as a sounding board. And I appreciate your presence when I do these. And I was fiending. And I was like, well, what would that be like to have woken up in the headspace I was in this morning? And like, would I communicate effectively in a relationship? I hope so. But I mean, this is definitely something I still struggle with, which is effective communication. Not just communication, but effective communication. Being able to admit when things are hard or things are difficult or I am struggling. It's crazy because I've been in a place where I have struggled and needed help a lot, like over the past couple of years since my separation from my ex, but like it doesn't seem to be getting easier. And maybe it's my inner gladiator, maybe it's the inner aspect of me that just feels guilty about allowing other people to help me, potentially. Like when we went out to the birthday thing that we went to for our friend, I did not clarify with anybody that because of the way my bank account is currently set up, that I don't have the money to just spend willy-nilly, that I want to be smart with what I have until my abundance shows up, or pieces of my abundance, you know, or not that it shows up. We're changing that dialogue. Whenever more money hits my account. And so when we went to the place to do our pottery stuff, because I talked about this in my last video, for a friend's birthday, me, my sister, and a couple of people went to like a pottery place called All Fired Up, where we did pottery and stuff. And so I went, and my little sculpture was $12, and it was $12 that in the moment I didn't mind spending, but I've definitely thought about it and been like, wow, that was $12 that I spent, and it's like, I had a good time and I enjoyed it, and I don't regret it. But you know how sometimes you're like, man, I spent that money on X, Y, and Z, and I could have spent it on something else. I thought it briefly, but then really the part that really stuck with me from yesterday, if I'm being 100% honest, vulnerability moment, everybody was standing around talking about what they were going to do for dinner, and I felt some type of way because here I was out with the group, and everybody in this group is also younger than me. So everybody in this group is around my sister's age, and my sister is 10 years younger than I am. So here I am, 32 years old, around a bunch of 20-somethings, and they were talking about going to eat dinner, and I hate being the person, or I've not been this person, but I have watched people who don't have money go to events and go do stuff with people and then expect somebody to pay for them afterwards. Like, they don't say anything, they don't communicate, they don't ask and clarify, okay, so who's paying for what before they go? So then that awkward moment where it's time to pay happens, and the person's like, well, I don't have any money, who's got me? I've never wanted to be that person. Those people, you can't do that to people. You can't spring up on people and be like, oh, I can't afford to pay for myself. 33 minutes and 33 seconds as I say this. Like, if you know that you don't got it, you have to be upfront about it. And so we're all standing around talking about what we're going to do for dinner, and I knew that one of the, my sister's best friend who was there, I knew that she was going to cover her because she always covers her. Like, she does not mind. In fact, she will argue and be like, don't you pull out your wallet, I got you, like real bestie tings. So they were like, yeah, let's go eat at this place. And so I said, well, and everybody got quiet and they looked at me, and it felt so fucking awkward. I was like, the way my bank account is set up right now, I don't know if I can do that. And then my sister's best friend was like, Yasha, it's fine, I got you. And I was like, really? And she was like, yes, of course. And I was like, thanks. And so we started walking again. They made the reservation, and she was walking with me at some point, and I was like, no, like, seriously, thank you, I really appreciate it. And she was like, it's no problem. So there's a big part of me that still struggles to allow people to pay for me to do things, because I just feel like at this point, I still struggle with the idea that at this point in my life, I feel like I should be able to pay for my own shit. And the way that my spiritual journey has been going, it has been a lot of situations where other people have had to cover me. Or not had to, but they've been like, no, I want to cover you. Like my bestie said that she knew that she wanted to get me these wigs for my birthday. That's what she wanted to do. And she was like, I want to support you. I will always support you in whatever you need. And that is something that I struggle with. I struggle with people that want to support me financially. I grew up with money doesn't grow on trees. You need to get out there and essentially have 2 jobs. You need to hustle. You need to hustle to get your needs met. And so one of the big things that I'm struggling with on this spiritual journey is the divine feminine of being in a place of receiving. And I think that's why I keep getting this message. It's like, you're not resting. You need to be in the place of receiving. It's hard, guys. It's hard. Excuse me. Because I feel bad. I feel so bad. Depending on people who didn't necessarily sign up for that. Like, they're people who they're my acquaintances and they're my friends, but they didn't sign up to have to pay for me to do shit. You know, like I think about, calm down, Tummy. Like I just think about all the times that internet personalities, like my favorite people who've done content or who stream, and they've like had a struggle. So something has gone wrong with their computer, or a platform that they're using is no longer paying them or something, and they've literally created their whole livelihoods around this, and it is a job. They are working hours, not similar to a 9-to-5, but they are still working for pay. Even though it doesn't look like a regular 9-to-5 job, they are providing a service and getting paid to do so. But I've seen people in their comments when they're struggling and they're being honest and like, yeah, I'm struggling, I don't really know what to do. And people are like, just get a job. Just go get a job. That statement is interesting. Ooh, ringing in both ears. I don't know why this is significant, but that statement to me is really interesting because what they're doing is a job. Like, being a tattoo artist is a job. And it's drawing. It's creativity. And people get paid for that. And people tip to show their appreciation. People who do home decor, you know, they design people's homes for them. That's a job. It's artsy. It's artistic. Yeah, there's mathematics involved, but it's still artistic in nature. You know? And I think I still, in some cases, struggle to see how what I will do is worth being paid for. Like I've you know, Jadina, the girl I follow on here, the woman I follow on YouTube, she talks about the fact that you have to be, you know, confident at some point when you are providing a service and you want people to pay for it. And that is something I've always struggled with, because I believe it's easier to say, oh, hey, I do human resources work, so yeah, it makes sense that I would ask for pay for that. But to sit here and yap and talk to people, there is a part of me that doesn't feel like... It's not that Again, I'm processing, guys. I appreciate you being here. It's like the desire is to get paid to play. That's the desire. And I can see that I am on the path by what I'm being moved to do. There is still a part of me that finds that idea a lot. 39 minutes and 39 seconds as I say that. There's a part of me that finds the idea that people would see what I offer and see what I do as being as substantial as a person who works a 9 to 5, which I have done multiple times. So I've done it, and it does feel different. One, I feel very fulfilled doing. I feel very fulfilled doing these videos. And I know, like, all of the other content stuff that I want to do, I know I would feel fulfilled doing those things. And even while getting all of the confirmation numbers, all of the triple numbers, all of the people bringing it up and people being supportive, even through all of that, there is a part of me that still finds that idea kind of wild, that I could get paid a reasonable amount of money to create my brand of content. And I know there are people on here who are making bank doing it. I know there are gamers. I know there are, you know, people who do ASMR. I know there are makeup gurus. I know there are people who review channels. I know that there is literally a genre for everything on the internet right now, and everybody, so many, not everybody, but a lot of people are getting paid to do this, and they are supporting themselves doing it. But I think for me, there's like a wall where I see them doing it and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for what they offer because I watch them. I take in their content. I would pay for it. But then when it comes to me, I don't always feel like what I'm providing is at that level. There we go. So I think that's something that has kind of maybe for a while now been like a low level thing I haven't really been paying attention to. Being in the place of receiving isn't just being like, okay, thanks for the gifts. I think being in a place of receiving is a true understanding of knowing that we deserve what it is that we're asking for. It's so easy for me to say in these videos what y'all should do, and being on the side where I then hear myself back and I'm like, oh, that's what I should be doing. Yeah. Fuck, bro. It's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a lot of thought that's going into this. And I shouldn't be thinking so much. 42 minutes and 42 seconds as I say that. I know I shouldn't be thinking so much. I should be feeling, and I should be moving. I think I'm overthinking again. Like I had those realizations that I told you guys about, where I was like, it's not a future thing, it's a now thing, it's not an outside of me thing, it's a in my space thing, like it's already here. And that realization took me out for a while because I was like, wow, how much time have I've been doing positive things, but I also started to feel like I was wasting a little bit of time. And then coming back from that, wow, it really is one of those things where if I'm not in some way every day meditating, excuse me, I really do like kind of fuck myself. And not in the way that I would like. It's just wild to me. Like, I cannot imagine how much you overthink. Like, I am overthinking in a situation where I am at home like a majority of the time. I can only imagine how often y'all overthink. Like, you must be an Olympic overthinker like myself to be here watching this video right now. This must be something that you also do. And you and I are going through this together. It's just wild that I've done so much spiritual work over the years, and I still struggle. I feel like I still struggle with the same shit over and over again. know I said growth is not linear. It's not linear at all. There's always something. There's always something, I think. I feel like I've been resting for days, but as I'm thinking about it, I know I haven't been. Every day I've been chomping at the bit to do something, and it's not rest if you're stressing about the fact that you're having to rest. So I have a little inkling feeling that my sore throat, my burnt tongue, and my burnt finger, I have a feeling all of those things are like, ayo, you gotta slow down and you gotta rest, because right now you're trying to do too much and you're overthinking. Because I feel like I've been in a really good place, like, before this. I know I had a day, it feels like it wasn't too long ago, where I was gonna crash out because I got really mad. And I was about to lose it. I was about to lose my shit. But yeah. It's crazy. It's like there's no form of living as a human being where you go without challenge. And I think that's something where, like, when I started my spiritual journey, I think one of the misconceptions I had about it was that I would always feel good. 46 minutes and 46 seconds as I say that. So one of my misconceptions that I had was that I would always feel good because I was led into this magical thing. But the thing about the way human beings work is that when we're used to things being magical, we still have the same issues. We have the same problems that we had before because we are human. So even though I'm living this life where I have premonition dreams, which I haven't had a premonition dream in a minute, you know, I feel like I connect with people on little spirit walks that I do, which again, haven't done that in a minute either. Like, I do all those things and then I still will have doubt about stuff. So, I'm here to let you know you're not alone. You're not alone if you're struggling. You're not alone if you're going through it. I know times like this kind of suck because it's like, wow, why can't I just take my brain out and just scrub it and just wash it? Do some rewiring and fresh, new brain. That'd be great. But no, that's not how it works, unfortunately. It's not how it works. I know I need to let go. I need to let go. There's a part of me that holds on to these, like, emotions. Like, sometimes it's like I can't help but to hold on to it. It happens every time I get ready to do something big too, as I'm reflecting on it. Whenever there's a big change that's happening and everything seems too easy, I do this. I start overthinking and I step right in the way. And I know y'all are like, Yasha, what the fuck, bro? Bro, I get it. I know how frustrating this must be. If you're a person who is viewing this and you've been with me, this is a frustrating thing to witness, because it's like, bro, you've got so much going for you. You've got I have internal direction. I have an internal GPS. 49 minutes, 49 seconds as I say that. I have an internal GPS that I am following, and it is leading me exactly where I need to go. Lock into receiving, lock into resting, lock into just clearing my mind. Open your mind. Open your mind, Summer. Jeez. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, I'm gonna go get out this closet. I'm going to go get in the bed. If my sister's awake, I will apologize to her for not being as responsive as I probably could have been and not communicating that I wasn't feeling good. And then I'm going to do a little bit of energy scanning, and I'm really going to work on this area right here. I think she's still awake. So I'm going to go do that, and then I think I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Oy vey. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the love and the support that I'm getting, because I am getting a lot of it. And this is also a portion of the journey. So this part is also a portion of it. You guys are the best. If you're going through this with me, let's together lock into resting, lock into rejuvenating. 51 seconds and 51 minutes and 51 seconds as I'm saying this. Let's do this together. Let's focus on our healing together. Let's get our water in, even though we don't want to, because our throat may be hurting. Let's do all of this together. And then the next time I see you in the next video that I do, hopefully we can both come back on some feeling good shit, because that would be amazing. Alright. You guys are amazing, and I love you. And I hope that you have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you're at. Love on yourself. It's Love Month. Happy February 5th, and I will holler at you guys tomorrow night. Bye.